I'm really feeling imposter syndrome with this one. Positive affirmations. I don't want to do it, but I can. Welcome to week 10 of training for London Marathon. This was supposed to be seamless. I was going to take you along, show you how I fit every single thing in, and it's Thursday and I've only done one run. But come along to the reality of marathon training. Let's go. Things were going really well, and to be fair, they still are going really well, but the start of this week was not how I wanted it to be. I went out for an interval session, we tried to film it for you, and I just didn't have it in me. I couldn't do it, so I just ended it, just stopped it, which I don't think I've ever done before. So the next morning, I woke up, I went to the track rather than in a park, and I just grinded out on the track and got it done, and I did feel a lot better afterwards. And I'm very sorry, but I didn't film it. So this week's track session was descending intervals, 3K warm-up, 3 reps of a mile, 4 reps of 800 metres, 4 reps of 400 metres. I found the 800 metre reps the hardest, but then went quicker than I needed to on the 400, so definitely had a bit of speed left in the tank. I'm on my way to something that hopefully is going to get my mojo back. I am currently doing my easy run this week at the New Balance Community Running Workshop in Dublin. I've only been to Dublin once before. I am so excited to be here. They're kind of setting up all around me behind me. I'm hosting a panel and then we're going to do an easy 5K. So now I get to go for a fun 5K with other people. Let's go. Off we go. So because I'd pushed my interval session to Wednesday, I then looked at my 15K easy run on Thursday and talked to the experts at Runna in the sports section of the app, who reassured me that cutting 10K off it and just doing the 5K was an okay decision to make. I think I knew that already, but it's sometimes nice to have someone else reassure you with those kinds of decisions. Right, 2.5K in. Feeling so good. Such a nice run. Everyone is so friendly. It's so lovely talking to people. And there are lots of stops because we're in a city centre, which I actually quite like. I just stopped at a traffic light. For those podcast listeners, I haven't paused my watch because I definitely will forget to restart it. Just coming to the end of the run. I couldn't tell you where we went because we had such an excellent tour guide, but we saw a lot and there were vibes the whole way around. And that is easy run done. Right, I am back in London and I am just out trying to do my tempo run. So I'm going to do the first half along the river and then I'm going to head into a park. Right, into the first one. So this tempo is 1.2k at 4:25 kilometre pace and then 400 metres at 5:35. I think we do 5 of them. And we've got a headwind. Brilliant. First one done. I almost went to walk then. Alas, that would be an interval session. That actually felt good. That felt way more manageable than I thought it would. Just going to do a quick traffic light fit check. This week I am practicing what is going to get me motivated to get out the door. So I've got music in and then also the prettiest little outfit. The New Balance training stuff. The colours are so nice. Second, 1.2k. Let's go. 100 metres to go. Come on! And second one, done. Once number 3 is finished, we're over halfway. It's still windy, but it's much less windy in the park. Oh, and done. 2 more to go. I'm really feeling imposter syndrome with this one. I don't feel like I'm the runner that I want to be. I just feel like that's too out of reach right now. But I'm there, I'm doing all the paces. I've got the previous video. All of you watching this telling me in the comments you think I can do it. Just needs to sink in. I need to trust in the fact that the last 10 weeks I've built up and I've got to a really good place. It's time for the last 1.2k. Let's go. Final push. Oh my gosh, this is definitely the hardest run of the block so far. I've got nothing. Oh, there we go. It just really makes you realise how long you can go at quite a hard pace. So then long runs feel that bit better as well. So if you haven't tried a tempo session, head to the link in the description, download Runna and give it a go. Because for me, I think they're what's getting me the PB this time. into the cool down, 2k left, and then we're done. Done. 13k in the bank. That actually felt so good, and my legs actually felt so good as well. And I think I've got a plan. So this week, clearly the motivation is lacking. I think that's quite obvious right now, but I've got an option. I was going to do my long run on Sunday, but my legs actually feel all right, and I know that 32k at the same pace is going to be tough. But if I do it tomorrow, I could whack a park run in the middle of that. I think that's what I need. So I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to try and do 15 kilometres before 9 a.m, then do a park run, and then, what would that be, 20k, and then do 12k home. I think that's going to get me through it. Good morning. Don't want to alarm anyone, I'm about to put sun cream on for this long run. What the? Although I don't want it to be warm for London Marathon day. So hopefully this is a blip, although it's quite a good temperature right now. It's time for the long one. 32 kilometres at a comfortable pace. Bit scary, because I prefer the ones where it's like split up into loads of different sections. So I've made my own version and I'm going to chunk it. So I've plotted out a 10k route to get me to parkrun. Then if I get there a bit early, I'm going to do a few extra laps of the park. Then 5k at parkrun, which will hopefully get me close to 20k. And then slightly longer route home to round it up to 32. Chunking. I've also turned off auto lap on my watch, so I feel like sometimes I'm running, I feel comfortable. I don't need to know what pace that is. I'll assess that afterwards. I might look at my pace for the 5k in the middle, because I have a fun idea of what I could do for that. But otherwise, we're just chilling. We're out for a nice run in the sunshine. At the start of the year in the podcast, I said my goals were run a marathon, have the summer off, and then do something a bit longer and a bit hillier. I'll take that back. Made it. And there is still a bit of time, so I'm going to do a few laps and see how many more kilometres I can get to before it starts. Now, my original plan for this was, I was looking back at my current marathon PB and the average pace, and that was 5:22 per kilometre. So I wanted to see if I could do 5k at that pace, which I don't know with 14 kilometres in my legs whether it will happen, but let's give it a go. Off we go. 2.5k in, average pace 5:14, so a little bit too quick. Lovely park run. What a way to break up my run. Run into the finish. Thank you. Done. Now I just need to run back. Right. 19k done. 13k to go. Slightly regretting doing that park run as quick as I did. But I've just put the course that I used to get here in reverse to get back. So let's jog back. Off we go.
So let's digest this week a little bit. I think I very much lost my mojo. A combination of being tired from training, being on my period, having a busy week meant that I put so much pressure on myself to tick everything off perfectly. And I didn't. My biggest fear is always not being able to do it. And this week, I very much achieved that fear. I just stopped my watch and said no, which in a way, I'm annoyed at myself. Looking back now, I think I probably could have done it. But also, I think I made a decision that was best for me. I stopped trying to just do everything and took a step back and looked at what was more reasonable.
If you're enjoying all of this marathon chat, or mainly me moaning for a week, then I've got something to give back to you. We are giving away a full head-to-toe New Balance outfit as well as a year's subscription to Runna to get you ready for whatever you want to take on. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning, make sure you're subscribed to the running channel and then just drop a comment on this video. If you're not sure what to comment, tell me, what race would you love to train for this year? Or what do you think is going to happen at London Marathon? All of your guesses on the last video kept me very entertained, so keep guessing. One of you will be right. 97, 98, 99. Oh my god, that sound. Oh. Stop the watch. Workout complete. Genuinely can't believe I did that. Yes, it wasn't as fast as last week's one where I did 30k with 20k at marathon pace. Yes, it wasn't as fast as that, but that after this week was such a mental test and I did it. Genuinely, I don't have any words. Just genuinely so proud of myself. Why am I getting emotional at that? Marathon's training hard, isn't it? There we go, there's loads of people around. No one's putting a medal around me, but I've just run 32k. Rude. And now I can enjoy the rest of my Saturday. And I've got a plan of what I might do on Sunday, since I've got a free day. Right, I had my long run yesterday, so my legs are feeling it today. And I'll usually do one strength session per week, and it's either a strength focused workout or a Pilates session. And I feel like I need the stretch today, so that's why I'm opting for Pilates. It's my 4th time following along with Pilates and Runna. So let's get going. So nice. My back felt so tight before doing that, and although it is a workout, Pilates also feels like a really nice stretch, so it's almost like I'm giving my body a hug.
That was hands down the hardest week of marathon training or running training that I think I've ever done. And the worst thing is it's about to get even harder. The longest run of the block is coming up, and here's a little glimpse at what's to come. But if you can't wait till then, don't forget to enter the competition, and right now go and check out when Andy took on his longest run training for the Valencia Marathon.